Check, check, check. Wagwan, everybody. I am your Jamaican Queen, Miss Y. You are tuned into How I See It TV, and this is Why Caught Alive, a messy Friday night. Why Caught Alive episode. How are y'all doing? How was your Friday? I hope y'all had a great Friday, even if it was busy. I hope it was still good in some ways. Um, so y'all, I was coming to you guys with a review of Heavenly's interview with Destiny. Um, well, that's what I was supposed to be coming to y'all with. It was posted on Heavenly's YouTube channel. I caught it like an hour after it was posted to Heavenly's. I don't know if it was a live. I don't think it was a live. I think it was a pre-recorded interview, and Heavenly posted it. And y'all, I was in the middle, in the middle of watching the video. And then all of a sudden, it started to glitch. And then the next thing I know, it's saying that this video is private. Now, Mark, you know that I don't like posting anyone's audio from their channel or anything like that. After Owen gave me after one of my videos wasn't monetized, a video from O Network, I was like, okay, I'm not I'm not gonna be in the business of playing anybody's audio, but I will read the transcript. So I was like trying to click on the more button so that the transcript would drop. That wouldn't drop. I was like, what is going on with this video? So don't tell me that I'm gonna have to write what was said to present it to y'all. But I couldn't even do that because the video was made private. Now, I don't know why. As I said, this is a little bit of a messy Friday night, Why Caught Alive. So I don't know why the video was made private. I just saw oh wait, what did you say? Well, Taya is saying that she thinks people were saying there were sound issues. That's probably why. I don't know. The little part that I was that I actually caught sounded fine to me. So that could be the reason. Maybe it sounded funny to other people, but honestly for me it sounded fine. And then as I was searching for the video, because I was like, what's going on? Why is the video private? Did they take it down so that they could probably edit something and then put it back up? Because y'all know Candy did that one time. Like there was something in one of her videos, and I guess she was receiving some backlash, and then she took it down, and edited that little part out and then re-uploaded the video. So maybe that's what Heavenly's doing. I don't know. But I went back, I tried searching for it, and it was nowhere to be found. Literally, the only person who got the video is Empress Radio. But wait until my live is done before y'all head over to Empress Radio, because she was playing. I saw her video and she was playing the live. As I was searching for Heavenly's for the interview, I saw Empress Radio's recording of it. So that's the only place right now that you can see what Destiny said. But anyways, I'm gonna talk about the first little part of it that I saw. And good night, everyone. I have such bad manners. I apologize. High lies, more lies. Right, we go get into some lies and some more lies that I heard in the first part that I called Hi Glam Rocks. And y'all, shout out to Glam Rocks. She made the 3,000 subscribers mark. And if y'all aren't listening to Glam Rock's AM Talks on Monday mornings and Thursday mornings, then you are missing some great conversation on your ride to work. I think it's at 7:30. Like, Glam Rocks is my marker. If Glam Rocks is live and I haven't left my house yet, then I know that I am late. Okay? And her Tuesday night, I call them girl talk. Her Tuesday night girl chat is super, super therapeutic, especially the Tuesday night, last Tuesdays or this Tuesdays, I don't know how y'all say. But yeah, this Tuesday's girl chat was super emotional, especially for me. I'm sure for many other people who were a part of that. Check, check, check. Because StreamYard kicked me off a while ago. Or kicked me out. I hope y'all are hearing me. Let me know in the chat real quick. Okay, because StreamYard has been acting crazy. And because I wanted y'all to see, what I saw on Heavenly's YouTube, I wanted y'all to see that the video didn't exist. That's the only reason why I'm using StreamYard, because otherwise I would have just gone live with just regular YouTube, because I don't know what's been happening with StreamYard this past week. It's been acting super bonkers. Well, they kind of blamed it on YouTube. And when you get the messages, for those of us who are content creators, when we get the messages, it says that something is wrong with the YouTube platform. Oh, I don't know. But thank y'all for letting me know that y'all are hearing me. I had to like quickly like refresh and come back. So yeah, the video with Destiny and Dr. Heavenly as it is right now is no longer on Dr. Heavenly's YouTube. And I want to be a little bit messy and say that Heavenly saw that the numbers, it wasn't going up. I think when she uploaded it at the point in time that I saw it, it was just at like 1.3 K views. Maybe Heavenly is used to maybe uh higher viewership in the space of an hour after posting a video, and so she's like, this not worth it, let me take it down. Maybe something was said further down in the interview that I didn't catch, and Heavenly's like, yeah, I gotta take this down, edit and reload and re-upload. Or maybe she just thought that it wasn't a good interview, because the first part that I saw, right, in like the first, I think it was 8 minutes. I was at the 8 minutes and something seconds mark, right? First, that she met Destiny in the driveway. They were walking up in the house, walking upstairs to the closet. And then when it got to like 7 or 8 minutes, they sat down. Heavenly asked her about the ratings. And I thought to myself, now Heavenly, you know that those ratings have been poor. They have been low. But the way Heavenly positioned the question, it was as if she was trying to hype Destiny up to tell her that the ratings have been like better because of Destiny's storyline, right? Or because of the Destiny, Sunny, and Moses storyline. But also, I feel like the way in which Heavenly presented the question, it could also have sounded like she was saying that the ratings aren't good, because she asked Destiny, what do you think? I can't remember the exact words that she used. See, I wasn't trying to write anything because I was waiting to get the transcript. So I think she asked her what she asked Destiny, what do you think accounts for the ratings for this season? Something to that effect. And Destiny answered saying that, it's new faces. Oh, Heavenly said after that, the season, or if she thinks the ratings is what it is because, it's not about Melody and Martel. It's like a new storyline. And Destiny was like, you think so? So I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. The question just sounded like it could go both ways. It could either go like she was trying to hype Destiny up, or she was kind of being shady in a way, like saying, girl, the ratings are low this season. What do you think is accounting for it? Is it because it's not about Melody and Martel? And Destiny didn't catch that it was shade, so she took it as, oh, Heavenly is hyping me up. And the way Destiny answered to me proved that she felt like Heavenly was hyping her up. Because I don't see for Heavenly, I feel like it was a little bit shady in a way. So Destiny was like, yeah, it's a new storyline, it's new faces. And people want to see that. And I was like, girl, no, we don't. Nobody asked for the Destiny, Moses, and Sunny show. Nobody wanted that. So, wrong answer. And then Destiny all of a sudden just jumped into saying that She just wanted to make something clear that, you know, all these people aren't giving her money. Like, she doesn't remember Sonny ever giving her money. And then she said that Melody kind of exaggerated the number that she claimed that she gave Destiny. Now, I don't know if y'all remember on not Messy Mondays, Jesus, the Carlos King's nightcap. He asked Melody a question, and she responded by saying that she's the type of friend who, if you're in need, she's going to show up. You don't even have to ask her, she's going to give. And Carlos asked her to elaborate a little bit, and she disclosed that there was some utility bill, and she gave Destiny some money. And Carlos asked Melody how much, and she said $5,000 or $6,000. Those were Melody's exact numbers, right? $5,000 to $6,000. Well, the part that I caught, the part of Heavenly's interview that I caught, Destiny said that Melody exaggerated that number. And she told Heavenly that she had receipts. And then the thing started to glitch. And then all of a sudden, the video became private. And I was so upset. And I feel like I could have gone to Empress Radio's channel, and I could have gone to Empress Radio's channel and just listened to it. But or maybe even used her audio, but I don't have that kind of like what you call it, networking relationship at this point in time with Empress Radio. So I didn't feel right like reaching out to her, and plus it was late. So I was like, I'm still gonna do my live the way I feel like doing it. So yeah, so she said Melody exaggerated that number. She said she had the receipts. Heavenly basically said she didn't want to see the receipts, that she trusted Destiny. And Destiny said that it wasn't a one-sided relationship between her and Melody. And then she brought up how when Melody, I guess, didn't have a credit card, Melody, well, how do I put it? Allegedly, she allowed Melody to use her credit card to rent a car when Melody's car broke down. Now, the way I see it, y'all, is if at the time they were friends, they were indeed friends. And as we know, Melody had to file for bankruptcy because Martel filed for bankruptcy. And it was only smart for her to do that to protect her assets that she still had after the divorce. In rebuilding her credit, she wouldn't have had a credit card. So if her and Destiny were friends, her car broke down, she needed to rent a vehicle, and she had to put a credit card on file. I don't think that's like tea. I don't think like that's a smoking gun. Because I feel like whatever the car rental place took from Destiny's credit card that she put down for Melody, Melody paid her back. And probably paid her back twice as much as the rental company charged for the rental. Because I'm sure Melody, had cash. I'm just saying. So I don't know, this is like the second time I've heard Destiny bring this up, and she brings it up in a way to like shame Melody. Like, you didn't have a credit card and you had to use mine. And I'm just thinking, I honestly believe that when that situation happened, Melody paid her back immediately with cash. It wasn't like she gave Melody money and she never got paid back. So I don't know why she continues to bring that up. And then she said, oh, she sponsored Mimosas with Melody one time, and Melody also sponsored her Madonian Beauty brunch event. And those were her examples of the friendship not being one sided. And I guess if those are her examples, those are the only examples that she can draw from, then who am I to tell her that those aren't good enough? You know? But it still seems to me like Melody was pouring more into Destiny's cup than Destiny was pouring into Melody's cup. She probably helped Melody that one time, and now she's like forever going to use that as the smoking gun for Melody needed me and I came through in this way. So that was pretty much the part that I caught. And then the video went private. So I hope it comes down off her IG too. Oh, it's on her IG? Whose IG? Well, let me put Branch International. Whose IG is it on? Is it on Heavenly's IG? I don't even have my laptop where I could even play it. You're saying that the interviews on Heavenly's IG, is it the entire interview, or is it just, like a trailer or that clip that I saw on because the reason I knew about the interview is because I saw it on All True T's Instagram. I saw the clip of Destiny like pulling up in the driveway, and I was like, Destiny's on this interview tour, y'all. It's starting to look, in my opinion, it's starting to look like really thirsty and really pathetic in a way. And let me explain. If you're going to be going on these major platforms to do interviews, and then all they're interested in or all you can talk about is Melody, 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 then that's where it gets a little bit pathetic. And we can go back to her life coach, and I can say that if her life coach told her that it would be a great idea to do this interview with Dr. Heavenly, Dr. Heavenly has some of the Bravo fan base as her followers. So that's in and of itself kind of like a huge platform. So if her therapist, her life coach said, here you have an opportunity to speak with a Bravo celebrity. When you do this interview, don't make it about Melody. Or if they said, no, if her life coach wasn't telling her that, then something's wrong. And if she didn't consult with her life coach before she did this interview with Heavenly, then something is also wrong. Because as her life coach, I would be asking her, what is your desired outcome for this interview? What do you want to walk away having the people of Love and the fans of Love and Marriage Huntsville who are going to watch the interview? What do you want to leave them with after they've watched this interview? And then for all the quote unquote new fans that you're going to probably be introduced to because of Dr. Heavenly's platform, what do you want them to know? And if at any point in time she said, well, I want to let them know that Melody didn't give me $5,000, then as her life coach, I would have been like, oh, okay, so this is where I got to stop you, Destiny. Don't go into that interview leading with anything about Melody. And if Melody comes up, try to make it that you're saying something even halfway positive. And I think she tried to do that when she's, and this is another part that I saw when she was explaining that Melody only didn't give her the amount that Melody stated. She said that she has never said that Melody was she never said that Melody wasn't a good friend. And I was like, that's a lie. That's a lie. You did say that. In fact, what Destiny said was, before Melody even came out to speak on Carlos King's nightcap, what Destiny said in a post and in an interview was that Melody was a liar and a master manipulator, right? And when Destiny made that post, Melody hopped on Instagram and said, how am I a liar? How am I a liar? How am I a master manipulator? How am I not a good friend when I've done XYZ for you? And at this point in time, Melody didn't give a number. Melody didn't give a figure for how much she had given Destiny. And Destiny went and did an interview. And when the interviewers asked, I think this was the U Lady's first panel interview that she did, when they asked about Melody's Instagram live and about how much Melody gave her, I think that Destiny was the one who put a number out there. I think Destiny was the one who put the number out there, which is why when Melody went to the Carlos King's live that he was doing on OWN, the nightcap or whatever it was called, that is why Melody ended up saying the figure. Now, I could be wrong. Before this live started, I tried to go to the U Lady's first YouTube channel to find the interview so that I could screenshot from the transcript, and it was just too hard. It was like 4 of them at the time who were on that panel. Now it's just 3, but at the time Destiny did the interview, it was 4 of them. I couldn't find exactly which of the 4 channel the interview actually happened on. I saw on Jaylee's corner that she had like a review of the interview, and her review was like maybe an hour and a half long, and the time was winding down, and I wanted to be impeccable with my word and go live tonight, so I wasn't able to listen to the whole review to get to the part where Destiny talked about the amount. But that's what I think the chronological order was. Destiny said some stuff about Melody and how Melody was as a friend. Melody responded and said, well, if I am such a bad friend, then I wouldn't have done this and that for you. Destiny was asked about Melody giving her money, and Destiny put the figure out there. And then when Carlos King asked Melody, she gave a figure, and that was that. So for Destiny to say that she never said that Melody was a bad friend, and in fact Melody was a good friend to her, it's just that. And then she said that if anybody can pull the footage of her saying that Melody's a bad friend, then pull the footage so we can see it. And I'm like, but you said it on your Instagram. Now I don't know who has those screenshots and stuff. I only have screenshots of some text messages between Destiny and Melody after that reunion, but I don't have that screenshot where she called Melody a liar and a master manipulator. So that's the part of the live that I caught. And then, as I said, the video in private. And guys, it was literally like They sat down. They sat down. Um, Heavenly said like 2 or 3 words. Um, she sprayed her body mist on Heavenly's wrist. Heavenly didn't even talk about the body mist. She sprayed it. I think the name of the body mist was That Girl or I'm That Girl or something like that. She sprayed it. Heavenly took a sniff, tried to hype it up. But when you're like smelling perfume or whatever, you are a little bit more descriptive, especially if it's something that somebody's promoting. Heavenly barely even said that it smelled good. She just said, well, it smells like I'm that girl. And I'm like, okay, what does that mean? Like, does it smell like vanilla? Does it smell like cherry? Does it smell like strawberries? What does it smell like? Does it give hints of honey? Does it give hints of brown sugar? What does that girl smell like? Heavenly didn't say any of that. So at this point, I don't know exactly if the body mist smells good or not. I just know that it smells like that girl, according to Heavenly. And then after that, Destiny jumped into a conversation about Melody. And Heavenly even said, like, dang, I thought we were going to talk about like the good stuff first and then get into the mess. Even Heavenly was taken aback, y'all. Like, girl, we just sat down. We can't even talk about you first. We can't even talk about Madani first. We can talk about what you've been up to first before we jump into a conversation about Melody. It's crazy. That's crazy. All right, let me read some of y'all's comments. Now, again, I'm just speculating about why the video was taken down. I don't know. They could put it back up, but at this point in time, Dr. Heavenly's interview with Destiny was up for at least 1 hour, and then it was swiftly taken down. Oh, Glamorous, I don't know. I don't hear any thunder outside. But the room that I'm in, sometimes you don't really be hearing stuff. Hi, Pacino Rules. Samantha Elvie says she's a liar because she herself on the reunion said Mel gave her 5 to 6K. Oh, tell me what reunion that was, so I can go back and pull the transcript. Because if I'm not good for anything else when it comes to these YouTube streets, I'm gonna pull the transcript because I want to see. I want people to see them speaking in their own words. So I might have to go and check because I'm guessing it would have been the I'm guessing it would have been the last reunion that Destiny was on. So I'll go check it out to see for myself, because if she did, because I too believe that Destiny was the one who put the number out there first. So if what I'm thinking is correct and what you're presenting now, Samantha, is correct, that she also said it on the reunion, then why is she now saying that the number is an inflated number, and that Melody basically lied about how much she gave her? See, when you lie, you got to remember your lies. My recollection is that Destiny confirmed the amount in her interview with the U Ladies First panel. See, me too, Pacino. Pamela said the lion caused the glitching. Oh my gosh. Earlier, someone said in the comments that some people were complaining that the sound quality wasn't the best. I said that the little part that I caught sounded fine to me, but if it was glitching for other people, then I guess I can understand why they probably took the video down. Where am I? So that was Pamela. When she confronted Moses on the show, she slipped and said that Moses had given her money. But she's saying in the little part of the interview that, all these people saying that they gave her money is not true. Again, she not keeping up with, or maybe what she was trying to do was to dispel this notion that all the people that she's come in contact with, anybody who's tried to be a friend to her, has had to give her money. I think probably that's what that was. Hi to Latrice. Yeah, to me, she's not on a healing journey. Absolutely. Because Melody said two people apologized to her. Today, she she put a name on one of them, which was Wanda. And I think the second person is Destiny, which would make sense in the context of, some of the things that have happened on social media this week. And I honestly believe Melody. I don't think she has a reason to lie about people apologizing to her. And what Melody basically said was, it's weird to her that people who were apologizing to her just a year ago or less than a year ago, and then a few months ago, are now on social media acting like there's just this huge beef between them. And I don't see why Melody and Destiny would even be beefing right now. Destiny's feelings towards Melody are, and I keep saying this sentence or phrase, the beef that some of these women have with Melody are issues that they created in their own mind. Issues that they created in their own mind. I heard, what's her name? Tasha? I don't remember her last name, but she stars in some of the Tyler Perry movies. She was in Why Did I Get Married? I hope y'all know exactly who I'm talking about, right? And she was on a panel and she was talking about friendships and that a real friend won't be mad at you because you didn't stay in touch for 2-3 months. She said on that panel that, and I'm going to repost it to my Instagram so y'all can hear it for yourselves. Or if I had my laptop, I could play it right now. But anyways, she said on that panel that sometimes she doesn't hear from her friend Taraji P. Henson for like 2-3 months. But she knows that Taraji is working. She knows that Taraji is busy. But she knows that whenever Taraji calls her up and says, hey girl, what's up? They're going to pick up. Like that 3-month pause didn't happen. And there's nowhere in her mind that tells her that there's a beef or there's an issue or that they're not friends anymore. And she said that any woman who feels like that, who feels like if their friend has to go off and live their lives for 2 months or 3 months and you don't hear from them as often, any friend that feels like, okay, now there's beef, now there's a problem, then the question should be, is there a problem? Because why would your brain go immediately to that? Guilty conscience much? That's essentially what she said. And I agree. Tisha has had that issue. Melody had to take a step back because she was dealing with infidelity in her marriage. Tisha felt like now her and Mel had an issue. Melody was going through a lot. Destiny knew this. She took a step back. Destiny felt like there was an issue. Melody was going through a lot. She took a step back. Stormy felt like it was an issue. The common denominator there for me is all these women sound like they have a guilty conscience. Because why is that your immediate response to her taking a break for her mental well being? Why is that your immediate response? That y'all are beefing or there's a problem in the friendship. Right, Inez Martin, it's not like she paid for the rental. She all she did was give them a credit card. That's all she did. She put a credit card on file. It's like when you go to a hotel, even if you pay in cash, or even if you can pay in cash, they are still going to need a credit card on file. That's all that is. Branch International. Oh, you said that already. I get it, but Mel told us she had to start completely over. No beds for the kids, etc. Destiny tells us everything about Mel, but what about her and her issues? Did she mention court fees Mel paid to? Well, I didn't get, as I told you, I didn't get far in the interview. I could have watched Empress Radio's full live, but I chose not to. Um, but the parts that I spoke about are the parts that I actually saw before the video went private. So I don't know, maybe she did, but I don't think so, because as I said out the gate, she talked about Mel and money Mel did or didn't give her, and things that she did for Melody and other things that Melody did for her. But in all the things that she mentioned in that first part that I listened to, she didn't mention anything about Melody paying any court fees. But where did that information come from though about Melody paying her court fees? Did Melody say that, or did Destiny say that somewhere else? I'd like to know, if you don't mind, or if you have that information. Cut and paste Tisha. I love it. I saw it and it's supposed to be a part two. I'm saying that I didn't even see part one in its entirety. I only saw a little piece of it. It literally started to glitch. I clicked more and I was waiting for the part that says transcript to drop. It didn't drop, it just went completely black. And after that, I think I hit pause or something. And then it kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. The video went light and then dark, and then all of a sudden it said, this video is private. So if there's a part two, shoot, I might not be able to see that either, because probably Heavenly isn't gonna upload it. Or did she just move it to her Patreon? Could that be what that is? I don't subscribe to Heavenly on Patreon. I barely even go to her YouTube, but for the sake of content creation, I wanted to review this interview, and it went private. Destiny is doing exactly what Moses said, chasing fame. Because this collab was like super surprising to me. I'm sure maybe Carlos set it up, because a lot of these celebrities, they like, let's not say celebrities, a lot of these reality TV stars, they like to say, oh, talk to my manager or talk to my publicist or whatever. Or I have a team, and we never ever see their team. We never ever see their team. When Melody talks about her team, we saw that on our TV screens. If you went to Mimosas with Melody, you also saw it. if you follow Melody on social media, you see her team around her. All these other people, I don't know. I don't see a team. So who set this interview up for this thing? She gonna say her manager set it up? Who's her manager? Does anybody know? Who's her publicist? Or was it Carlos? Right, cut and paste Tisha. She did. That's what I saw too. That part that I saw was her starting that interview talking about Melody. Lies More Lies says, exactly. She doesn't discuss herself and the arrest because that's outside of the divorce. Tell us something outside of Mel doing her so wrong. And I can't find in anything that she talks about what's this absolute just bad thing that Melody did to her. I can't see it. And that's not even me being like, because obviously y'all know that I'm a Melody fan, right? Y'all should know that by now. But even as a Melody fan, I can be fair in my analysis. I am a Libra after all. My mantra is I balance. My natural disposition is seeing all sides of things and having a balanced perspective on any topic. And I just cannot see from all the things that Destiny has stated, I can't see what's this horrible, horrible thing that Melody has done to her for her to have this amount of vitriol towards Melody. I just can't see it. It's not making sense. It's not. Samantha LV says, and did you hear where she said she could talk about what happened with LB? So why the heck are we talking about Sonny and Moses? Oh no, I didn't see that. See, you saw more than I did. No, I didn't see that part. So she's saying now that she can now talk about Liberic. Because I mean, all this time though, I thought that it was that she just couldn't talk about him on the show. I thought that she could talk about him outside of the show. So was that a typo? Was there supposed to be a where she said she could not talk about him? Or are you saying that she can talk about him on the show, but she's still not? I want to get some clarity there. Because as I said, all this time I thought that it was just that she couldn't speak about Leberick on the show, but in interviews or whatever else, she could. I know he's trying to get like a cease and desist or whatever to stop her from commenting on him altogether in the public. In all her interviews, she's always insinuating Mel is lying on Martel, but she wants the fans to believe that LB treated her horribly. And I will continue to say that, and this is me showing my balanced perspective, I'll continue to say that when it comes to that topic, I would prefer to be on the side of right or the side of history where I'm willing to hear what she's saying about that, because I never want to be somebody who is invalidating any woman who's saying that that was their experience. She's presented some things that is making some of us go but on the same hand, some things that were stated in the court documents about Liberic is making me give him the side eye. So I want to see how certain things play out in their court case. and whether or not he will ever come out and do an interview before I make a concrete judgment on that, if that makes any sense to y'all. Mm. Exactly. Melody didn't come out about what she helped Destiny with until she called her a master manipulator. That is how I remember the order of events too. Um, every time she tries to talk about Mel or Moses, stir the conversation away and see what she has to talk about then. She doesn't have a lot to talk about. Has anybody been to Madani.com to see what's happening over there? To see what she's selling? I have not. Maybe I should, but I have not. It sounds like it was a deflection. She tried to dispute the amount versus Mel indeed helped her. It makes me think this will come up again on the girls trip for the show. Melody said with the other person, she said two people apologized to her, and one of them, they had like a quick, and I think this is Destiny that she was talking about. She said they had a quick like verbal spat, and then after that they were cool. So she doesn't understand now that, and Melody's exact words were, then we get stateside and all of a sudden there is an issue. So that to me lines up with what you're saying. With what you're saying, lies more lies, that some things are probably going to come up on the girls trip, but according to Melody it was over as soon as it started, and they were cool. They even had like an hour long conversation off camera where everything was great. So Melody's like shocked that now that they're back stateside, this girl is online having a whole issue with her. It's again mind boggling. You said um you're sure someone will post it. I'm sure other people probably saw it, because if it was up for an hour, that's a long time. So if some other content creators were on it before me, like Empress Radio was, I'm sure other people probably have it as well. Um, she even said it in that Blavity interview, or she implied it. Yeah, I keep forgetting what magazine she was in. I don't know if it was like some Atlanta magazine, or if it was the um, Blavity interview that she did, where she first talked about how Melody wasn't a good friend. And then she made the Instagram post. Then Melody responded. Then she did the Ooh Ladies first interview. And then Melody responded to that again on the nightcap. I think those are the order. That's the actual order of events, if I'm not mistaken. I might have to go find that. I cannot check my DMs right now, Samantha, but I'm gonna do it. And when I do and read whatever you send me, best believe we're gonna talk about it. Cut and paste teacher said, "I'd like for Sunny to share how Destiny was trying to get after Mel." Ooh, that's messy though. You know why? Because I feel Sunny being on the show is a conflict of interest, and I'm going to stand on that. No matter how much I don't say for Destiny, I will forever stand on Sunny being on the show is a conflict of interest. And it's not Sunny's fault, it's Carlos King's fault, because he should know better. And child, if Sunny's was ever supposed to disclose some of the things that Destiny was trying to do to Melody, ooh, I don't know. These YouTube streets are going to be super hot. They're gonna be super hot, okay? I might be too scared to come over here if that ever happened. And you know what? I believe that Sunny might do it. She kind of started, if you really think about it, when she said Destiny was mad that Melody got booked for the Monica show. And she also said that you know, Destiny wanted to give her numbers of people who could talk badly about Melody. And at that time, Sunny was a producer. So shoot, I don't know. That's that's gonna be some messy boot stuff. And she should, Lies More Lies. Lies More Lies says, I can respect her hustling for her product, but let's hope she promotes it. All right. Marketing 101, Destiny. When you were presenting that bag to Heavenly, you should have held the handle of the bag, held the bag at the base, and made sure that the camera was panned to your logo that was on the bag. That logo should have been imprinted in everyone's mind who is about to see the trailer for this interview that you did with Heavenly. Because the trailer is already on All True T's Instagram. And I don't know, maybe some other Instagram blogs have picked it up. So if I was on Destiny's team, I was her manager, I was doing her PR, I was doing her social media, helping her with the rebranding of Madani, I would say you have to make sure that you are holding that bag for this intro so that the logo is seen by everybody who is going to see the trailer for your interview with Heavenly. And then when you get in the house and you sit down, the very first thing that you should be talking about is the products that you're offering through your rebranding of Madani. But she didn't do that. Heavenly should have taken out the candle. We should have seen how the candle looks. Like, does it give a luxury? Or does it look like she just went to Dollar Tree and slapped some logos on a candle container? But that wasn't done. All I saw was the gold gift bag behind them. That's all I saw. I couldn't even tell y'all how the Madani logo looks. So she wasn't trying to market her business. She was just hyped to be on Bravo Celebrity's platform. And she felt like, here I go. I have a bigger platform where I can bash Mel. That's what it seems like to me. Ooh, there's some y'all are talking in the chat. Wait a minute. Do y'all want to come up? Because I can't read all of this. How do I add people to come up? Okay. So I'm gonna copy to copy. Let's see if this works. Okay, post a comment. Okay. Y'all tell me if that works or not. Because y'all are talking with me and I'm just not even halfway down. Somebody let me know if the link works or not. because I don't know if the link works. Um, Destiny thinks Destiny thinks she's Cinderella. She is looking for the glass slippers, and she doesn't care how and who she has to escrew to get them. I see, and you know what I think she's doing? I think she's trying to use a formula that she thinks Mel uses. Mel has, in my opinion, or Mel is receiving, in my opinion, authentic support and love from YouTube content creators. Melody isn't reaching out to YouTubers all over the place saying, let's share platforms. Let me use you for your following so that I can build a following. That's not what Mel did when the show first started. And that's not what. Oh, Glamrox is here. Okay, I'm gonna let you up at the stage.
Hey, boo. Good evening. Good night.
Hi. Yay, this is my first like panel.
I'm sleepy. I'm going in and out, but I can hear you and I can read some of the comments. And one of the things I wanted to say is I mentioned it on G Squad panel this evening.
Hmm.
I don't know why she decided to come back, or CK decided we should have knew something was up when we saw Destiny interview with Carlos King. And now Carlos King has brung her up back up for what? Because Sonny and Moses have their own storyline, right?
Yeah,
But again, you're confronting a married woman over a man that you was off and on with for 15 years. And because you don't want to make them so much your storyline, everybody else is her storyline. She keep talking about Mel on every interview,
every single interview.
and she throwing stuff against the wall like Marceau said. Now she has a splash. Then she was selling candles. Then she had a bud. She had
She has a book?
she well, her little podcast thing. That's what I'm trying to say, honestly.
Oh, okay.
But
All
the
right,
thing
when did
about
she
it
have a
is,
book?
she's throwing things against the wall to see what stick. Like Marceau said, that's who's throwing stuff against the wall. She came back for no reason, no storyline, and just like Uncle Wanda out here, everybody's trying to make Mel their storyline because they can't stand on their own 2 feet.
And you know what? You're right. When she did that interview with Carlos, was it last year or the year before? My first instinct was he's gonna bring her back because
Hmm.
it didn't make sense that she was off the show for one season and then all of a sudden he just felt this urge to have her on his podcast.
So he must have knew that Sonny and Moses had gotten together or had gotten a wind of it, because the way he made it seem on the podcast with Melody was, oh, everybody kept calling me, telling me one of my producers is
Yeah.
this one. No, you had to know something in order to interview her to want to bring her down back. Now she back here with some big D energy that's doing what?
And you know what I'm remembering from that Carlos King interview is that when he asked Destiny about her relationship status, she didn't seem sure,
She
and
said it's
he
complicated.
right, and he seemed like he was fishing for a particular answer. So now that you said that, it's kind of sounding to me like from that interview, like he knew then that Destiny and that man weren't together anymore, and that perhaps at that point in time he was already dating his producer.
The producers talk. They, even if Carlos King is not in town, They have to give him a report of what's going on with the cast or with each of their cast members. And when
Mhm.
something juicy like that come down his timeline, oh, he knows.
He knows.
He knows.
You just put that back the forefront of my mind because I'm like, yeah, she didn't sound too sure about their relationship at that point in time when the interview was done. So yeah, I think at that point he knew he was bringing her back, and he knew he was gonna have Sunny on the show, and he was ready to welcome all the messiness.
But when is the cast gonna stand on their own 2 feet? Y'all supposed to be some sort of celebrities or superstars. Where y'all finna stand on your own 2 feet? Every season is about Mel. What was the purpose of her coming back?
To tell, well, how she put it in the interview she did with Dustin was that when she heard that Sonny and Moses were filming for the show, she was like, heck no, they're not going to spin a narrative. I have to be here to defend myself. And I'm like, you didn't have to come on the show to defend yourself. You could have watched the show like everybody else. And if there was something that you needed to clean up, you could have gone Instagram Live, TikTok Live, do a Twitter Spaces, do an interview.
Long
And
story short, she
yeah,
needed that damn money. She's
she
destitute,
did.
Dusty.
She did need it. So
She needed that check.
all this, I came back because they weren't gonna be on the show line. Yeah, that's a cop out. Because obviously she's not gonna say, "Well, I needed the money." She's not humble enough to say that.
But we
Well,
all know she
I think
does.
I don't think any reality TV star that was kicked off a show and then comes back is ever going to be humble enough to say, "I I needed the money."
She,
so
of course, she
so
even
that's why
said
I'm here.
the second time when she got arrested, who she called? She called Letitia.
And she said Tisha was there like seconds.
Exactly. First of all, Madison County must be around the corner. Cause all of them like frequency that going to that jail so frequently.
I
But it's like
didn't get why she couldn't call her dad. Sad to
she
hear
don't
that
drain that man. She don't
he's
drain that
yeah,
man money.
it's sad to hear what he's going through. But I'm like, she has no other, because I don't know a lot about her like family dynamics.
Still to this day, that's
Right.
the
So
point.
she doesn't have like an aunt, a cousin, nobody in Huntsville.
We know nothing about Destiny. We want to know why did LeBerick divorce you after 3 weeks giving birth? And why you can never complete a whole paragraph or a story. Close it. Beginning, end, middle, end. I don't know what she learned in school about writing. We still don't have an ending to any of her stories. Now, Peep Gang, she said that LeBerick tried to remove her from his health insurance while she was pregnant. So it was going to be a problem for her when she was giving birth, right? So that means LeBerick found out something while before he found out you were pregnant, or while you were pregnant, for this man to try to take you off his health insurance, and he probably had the divorce in motion before you gave birth. That's why you were served 3 weeks after giving birth from that child. How about you
But
tell
for
us that
me,
story?
Glam, that don't make one of the reasons why that doesn't add up to me is because I know that if you're in a hospital, you're giving birth, and you tell them people you don't have insurance, they're gonna sign you up quickly for emergency
Medicaid.
Medicaid
Medicaid.
immediately, because one thing they want is their money.
So it gives me they were going to be separated during the pregnancy. Something happened during the pregnancy. He found out something during the pregnancy. Like, why would a man? That's why if a man cheat, I ain't giving you no chances. Because a man would leave you for a text that say, "Hey babe." Okay? LeBerick found out something during that pregnancy that made him file, and then you got served 3 weeks after giving birth. Tell us that story. How about that?
And she didn't even, tell that story in the U Ladies first interviewed as she did 2 years ago. She just made it seem like, it was the Ponderosa. They just weren't getting along in the house. He served her divorce papers in the driveway. She went inside the house. They didn't talk about it, and she acted like it didn't happen. They just kept going, and then they kind of tried again, and then it ended. Like, that's the story she gave on the Ooh Ladies first.
I don't
Um,
know. She thinks she
it-
coming with some big D energy. I don't see it at all. You got no energy. Martell and Melody is everybody's storyline this season. Stormy's trying to produce. I don't know what Martell walked in there and thought he was about to have a foursome just for her to invite him to be a gigolo at her event. It's just a mess. It's just a mess.
what do you think, though, that, because I've thought about this a lot. I thought about what could make the show better outside of what we normally say, like, because you can always change the cast.
New
And
couples.
that's what I was about to say. That you can always change the cast, but then you get people who, well, we already not relating to half of them who are on the show, anyways. But then,
Recast everyone other than the. As much as I don't care for Martell,
mhm,
recast everyone but Martell and Melody, because at the end of the day, they're the two main cast members that every single one of us came back from season one to see.
yeah,
Nobody else there needs to be on there. Period.
because if they let everybody else go and it's just Mel and
Well,
Martell.
I think the Fletchers can stay only because they have legitimate businesses.
I
But
was gonna ask, like, would we see, maybe because every, like, the Scots are gone, would we maybe see Melody and Stormy moving forward in a different type of way because there's no Scots there to buffer or inhibit them from moving
it's a
forward?
possibility because when she first came on the show, okay, where she went wrong at was not disclosing to Mel she knew about Ariane.
Yeah.
It took the millimeters or whoever supported Mel to bring that up.
But
And then
she claimed that if anybody wants to say anything, she had receipts
I was
that.
on that live. That baby was just a few months old. I was on her live when
Hmm.
she came on trying to defend herself from knowing Ariane. And
Yeah.
what everybody needs to know on this show is when you come on, just have a clean hand because the people that support Mel, oh,
They
they
gonna
some
we gonna dig
good.
a little bit.
They work for the FBI, baby. They finna find out. So I think once they people started going at her
Hmm.
from Mel side, I do think some people that follow Mel or us, CCs, whatever, do need some sort of decorum because sometimes we do too damn much.
I
Um, like this therapist or so-called therapist, like y'all digging up information about that lady, like for what? Next thing you know, this is what they want to say is that we're always harassing somebody. Like, leave that lady alone.
Well, she kind of opened the door.
I
She said
understand that.
she
But
she she said she sat on Destiny's Live and said, if anybody's giving y'all any, mental health advice, good, make sure you do a background check. Well, ma'am, you up here trying to give us mental health advice, so we finna go do some background checks.
because of the way they were plotting the season before the season
Mm,
plotted and how they was going live, they wanted to blame male supporters for everything,
yeah,
just like they're doing. So that's why I'm just saying,
yeah.
have some decorum,
I get, because for me,
tread lightly.
yeah, exactly. Tread lightly. If it's because, one, you can't go reviewing, leaving a review on her practice because that's her practice, and she's gonna know if you were a patient or not.
Hmm.
So first of all, be smart.
Yeah.
It's like you can go over there to, what's that page called? I was about to say the yellow pages, not the yellow pages. Uh, I
We don't
can't
even have the girl. You just took
remember.
me back
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
90s.
The yellow.
Yellow and white pages, girl. We used to be looking through that payphone for numbers. Do you in Miami before we even had zip code? I'm sorry, area codes. We
No,
used to just dial the number.
I literally moved here in 2016.
Oh, okay. So now we had
Yeah.
area codes by the time you got here. But just to answer your question, because I am sleepy,
Hmm.
um, I would think they would need to recast Martel and Mel. I'm taking my feelings out of this, okay?
Yeah.
Martel and Melody can stay because they're who we came here for in the first place. The Fletchers have legitimate business. They can stay, and they actually have some sort of drama going on with their family, right? The Sox can go, all four of them, with their mascot Wanda. All she's like their publicist, their mascot for Black. I don't know. All their asses need to go. All the
And they're
Scots
doing
need to
a
go.
good job because if you're gonna be out here talking about somebody else's business and you never ever sit on your platform and talk about your daughter's businesses, that says a lot.
But she
And
ain't
if
got
I
no
was
business.
her
She know her
daughter,
damn.
I would be embarrassed for real, for real.
She know
Like
damn well her daughter
you,
ain't got no damn business.
you don't even talk about Mila and Mace's hair care company. Not
At
one,
all.
not one time. But you out here literally she's because they tell us that no publicity is bad publicity,
Oh heck yeah.
and she keeps promoting Seventh Avenue chart every single in live that I hear CC's talk about. They're talking about how Wanda is talking about Seventh Avenue. I'm sure there's some people who pop onto Wanda's life who are like, "What is she? What is this Seventh Avenue? Let me go over there and look." And they probably saw something that they liked and put it in a cart and bought it thanks to Wanda.
She's a fan.
She
She
said she was
definitely
in the bushes looking.
she's a fan. She's on the burner accounts with Ariane. They're
Gee,
fans. Ariane needs some of that skincare because she was looking very shabby, like a wet dog the other day.
she's
Well,
been
last time
quiet.
she was home. Oh, like I said, Martel put a gag order on her. Martel said, "Put the shut to the up right now. I'm in all this trouble because of your mouth and your best friend, the CC blogger."
I'm surprised that nobody has brought it over there to her that Trisha said she was in the gym with Martel in 2020.
Oh, I'm sure she heard. Listen, Ariel followed Melody. She stalks Melody more than Martel.
I
Ain't nothing
wonder.
like a, and that's for every mistress. Every mistress knows the wife. Trust, even if the wife doesn't even suspect her husband is cheating. Every mistress knows the wife. Even a woman that's interested in a man, she goes looking to see if he's in a relationship or married. Trust me.
Sidebar, remember Kimmy said she was following Maurice on social media before they even met?
Listen, all mistresses try to find out what they can find out about the wife to see if they even measure up. Um, Martel used Ariane to attack Mel and effed up because now Ariane done fell in love with Mel and keeps stalking Mel.
Jesus.
That's how I see it. But anyway, just to answer your question, Mel and Martel could stay. The Fletchers could stay. Um, Actually, I'm 50-50 with Sonny and Moses because they do have a storyline and they do have several legitimate businesses.
Yeah.
The Scots could damn go. Who else? Stormy.
Stormy and Courtney.
You know what? As much as she's phony, she could stay because she does have legitimate business. I'm
Yeah.
just talking about the premises of the show starting in the first place was businesses and family, right? I don't
Yeah.
see no love. I don't see no love, especially the Scots. They don't show they wives no love. I've never seen a love connection between them. Period. And that's it. Everybody else could go. Add two new Trish, definitely. Lockjaw. She need to give me my man Ken. But
Oh gosh.
and bring two new couples on that have legitimate businesses in Huntsville, and maybe the show will have something new. But the Scots got to go.
I don't want and I don't want Melody to bring any of her like any of her close people, the people who are in her actual inner circle. I don't want her to bring any of them on the show. No more of her friends. Like let them go find a reality TV show somewhere else to be on because it almost seems like for whatever reason, excepting for Tiffany, I think Tiffany came in and Tiffany was herself from day one. Now I hear the thunder. It left from wherever you were and now it's here.
Yeah. I don't hear the thunder over here no anymore, but I hear the rain hitting my window.
Yeah. Tiffany, I think, came in and was herself. As much as people didn't like her, she was herself from the get go. And you realize she came in as, I would say, an acquaintance of a very close acquaintance of Melody, and she left still a very close acquaintance of Melody's.
I agree. I agree.
And
But
so those are the type of people that they might want to look for.
Tiffany can even come back. I feel
She
that she's in
and
a
I
better
honestly feel like
space
she should, but she would for her to come back, then Marsaw and Tisha definitely would need to leave.
the whole damn what's the purpose of albino snake and Savannah Martel's a good man? What's their purpose?
I mean, without Scott's 1.0, they kind of like fade into, you know,
Because of this lawsuit, I need on to put the hacks on
on
albino snake.
like you got us in some BS. Like what? Like give him the Nene League. Like why am I in it? I
He's a
ain't
liability.
thing. So you're a liability. You need to go. And I think
Period.
that's probably the only way at this point because it doesn't seem like Carlos really wants to shake up that cast because this is one of the only reality TV shows that's been on for what 7, 8 seasons, and none of the cast members have taken a break.
And we know damn well this would have never gotten this far, even if CK did not fire Martell. If he
Yeah,
would have reprimanded Martell, I'm talking about from the get go when Martell blew up. Was it Vegas? Wherever they was at when he blew up on Mel and they were got Marcel for Marcel to get Martell.
oh, I remember that, and
Listen,
I mean, Marcel ran quickly.
first of all,
Yeah,
Martell could whoop Marcel ass, but they needed somebody that knew Martell to try to calm him down. If he would have got reprimanded from that scene, the show would have never got to the ruin that it is right now because everybody on the show plus Martell would have known this behavior, this
it's
unhinged behavior,
acceptable. Yeah.
could get me fired. I don't care if he didn't fire Martell, but at least reprimand him by sitting him out for the rest of the season or sitting him out the following season. Some sort of he just needed to be reprimanded. But because he was not fired, he was not reprimanded. This is why we see Marceau, not Marceau, albino snake, Maurice, get a DUI, come back later on that night with a bottle in his hand showing out because Carlos ain't gonna do shit about it. Carlos don't care how we act. Carlos
Glad
don't care how we
you say
represent this
that.
show.
As you say that, now I'm feeling like, and I said this earlier to somebody, I feel like melodies, they keep footage for up to 10 years was like a wink wink for a lot of things, not just the wonder of it all, but maybe also for Martel and some other people who feel like they've gotten away with doing things on camera because it was not aired on the show. Because like when he went to the behind every man and showed his you know what, I'm sure they have footage for that. And then when he attacked Jay Taylor, I can probably guarantee that at least one cameraman.
It doesn't matter who did it. At the end of the day, the
Yeah,
footage was captured, And those tapes or videos or scene can be subpoenaed for evidence on Melody's side.
Yeah. So when she said that today, yeah, it was because of Wanda, but I also feel now like that was a heads up to the rest of y'all that feel like because something wasn't aired,
Listen,
that the footage still.
you see Nene sitting on bank. They did not disclose how much money Nene got, but because of the harassment
The
or the,
blackballing.
that happened, sorry, Nene is sitting on bank. You hear me? And guess what? Any day that Mel decides to leave the show, she has she has a caseload of videotapes and personal information that she can sue on and CK about. Okay,
She has
for
2028 to
for
use
listen,
to
I'm
use
not
any
even
of that.
talking about Martell side. I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about the emotional damage, unsafe work
Work
environment.
environment. Yeah.
Come on now, come on now.
Yeah.
Throw the whole cast away, recast.
Cause I always go back to, because remember when that season when Carlos was bawling like Martel. Da, 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 da.
Martell, I feel that you're a good man. I can feel that you get out of here.
That season when he was bawling for Martel was the season he should have said, we have come to the decision that you need to take a break from the show to work on your mental health, to get your, to get back on your feet
But what did he do instead?
and all of that. Instead, he kind of rocked him like a baby.
No, baby. He took him rating him on all type of
Oh
interviews.
yes.
Girl, baby,
On what's that show called? Dish Nation. They were on
I
Dish
can't
Nation
think of all the
together.
names. I just know his ass and Martell was on everybody's goddamn screen every damn day.
And
Doing
I
a
was wondering what that was about.
like and for what?
Because Martel can't speak. So if you're gonna bring anybody on an interview tour with you, especially on those large platforms, it should not have been Martel.
He was trying to be Martell's publicist on a slide. And this is again
Trying to
a
help him rebrand, yeah.
right. And this is again why Martell is the way he is. Because he works for a boss who's allegedly, in my opinion, attracted to him sexually. Okay. And does not see that his behavior towards women is bad. Period. And he wanted Martell to know, I don't just support Melody, I support you too because I like you.
And well, it didn't work out in his favor in the end because early January morning, Marcel came out on all cylinders,
And
firing at Carlos.
Carlos and Carlos knew. Carlos knows about everything that happens, even if he's not in the same state with productions.
He tries to pretend though that he doesn't know. He plays a good game of that.
He can play a fool, but he can't play me. Play with somebody, but don't play with me.
But I don't think he's running a machine that's as big as um, the Real Housewives franchise,
Of
where
course not.
I feel like Andy Cohen definitely has plausible deniability in some things, not all things, because he has all these different he has Purveyors of Pop, then he has Truly, he has all these different production companies who are in charge of these shows where the buck has to stop at somebody, but he definitely has levels of plausible deniability that Carlos cannot say he
Oh,
has.
I agree. I agree.
Hi
Carlos is in
to the
secret company.
stage.
Who?
I
I
forgot the
can't
name
see.
of
I
no.
can't see who it is.
Hey ladies, my name is Chris. How you doing?
Hey, Chris.
I just wanted to say I hate how they do Melody, and
Mm.
I want her to walk away from the show after this year. Try to regroup and maybe get her own show. But I don't like her on that show no more
What you don't like about it? Tell me.
because
Explain.
she's the creator. She came up with this show and went to Carlos,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
paid him $300. Carlos loved what he seen because Melody's it. She seen he had a nice husband or whatever, eye candy. I mean, and we can make a show around these people. They doing something in the business where we can find out and we can exploit that or explore that or whatever. But if the show is not even there no more. It's somewhere else now. It used to be about something. It used to be about
Thank you.
it used to be remember the 47 acres?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that?
But okay, Chris, the 47 acres were not going to go down because Mel realized
Right,
she's going to go through this divorce with Martell, right?
right,
The Scots really didn't have no money to put into the 47 acres.
They
So
also didn't
everybody,
have the work ethic.
right.
mm-hmm,
Or the smarts to know how to do it.
thank
Yeah.
you.
Melody is really everything to that show.
Thank you. Everybody was trying to sit on Mel's shoulders,
Right,
period.
right. And Melody didn't need them. She brought them along. Not saying that they wasn't equals or whatever, but
They
Melody came
wasn't,
up with this.
Chris.
They weren't equal.
I'm just saying, just make it an ensemble cast or whatever. Just
Well,
just be about Martell and Melody.
I totally agree. And that's why I feel that if the show goes on another season, they could keep Martell and Melody because at the end of the day, yes, they're divorced, but they're the main cast members. They were the main characters.
Right, right,
Everybody else, still this day, Chris, everybody's still trying to sit on Melody's shoulders. Every
right,
season they come back, except for Stormy did it
Stormy.
last season,
Yeah.
but
right.
this season she just worried about her business. Everybody, why Mel got to be our storyline offline and online?
I really hate how. And then Carlos, it seems to me, first of all, 2 episodes ago, she wasn't even on the screen. That was like, what's going on? And then the other episode, she was on the screen at the end of the show with Miss Nell for her birthday party. Like she don't even have her own
Mhm.
scenes. So it seems like Carlos trying to take her show away, like they did Mariah's show, Married to Medicine. That's what that's what
Mhm.
that's what I feel like.
You peep game? No, you peep game.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
thought that too, and I said it once, but I also feel like maybe Melody's contract is probably a little bit different than Mariah's because Mariah had two contracts. She had her executive producer contract, and then she had her
Cash.
cast member contract. And so when the cast member contract ran out and they didn't renew it, well, she said she was more focused on them not stealing her show. And this is, me paraphrasing. So she didn't care a lot about her cast member contract. She was trying to protect,
Right,
her intellectual property. And
right.
I feel like perhaps Melody's producer and cast member contract are one. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I just hope I just hope they don't do that because they did a Love and Marriage Detroit and then they did a Love and Marriage Washington or something, Baltimore, DC.
DC, yeah. Do you
Well,
watch those?
Of course not. I can't even lie. Of course not. I don't watch
I don't
none of that.
watch it either.
I watch Melody. Yeah, I watched The Love and Marriage Huntsville since the first episode. And
So to
yeah.
me, Chris,
Mhm.
what I see is going on here is Carlos is trying Mel because last season, I get what you're saying, how I see it,
Yeah.
but I think Mel, her roles are 50-50 with being with production and 50-50 with, I'm sorry, EP and also being a cast member because last season Mel was at that little cookout when Trish the whatever the Scott wife got drenched on by Kiki. Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mel was more involved. I think Mel peeped the BS that they on, so she just show up to work and she going by her business.
Right. And that's what's so crazy about it. Like she don't have a friend on the show. I thought Kimmy would be more closer to her, but she worried about her husband and
Kimmy's allegiance will always be to
husband, he can't
the
even think straight
Scots. Yeah,
because
it's always going to be an alliance with, her in-laws and her husband. She might want to be closer to Melody, truth be told, but she also knows that she's on an island by herself when the cameras are down and she's at these Scots family functions.
that's why she don't want to go partner up with Letitia because she sees stuff don't get done with them.
She knows this,
And
but as
she
I
knows them in
said,
real life. She
yeah,
Right.
know they don't get no work done.
You
right, Glenn. But as I said, when the cameras go down, it's Kimmy by herself. She don't have Melody at the family
It was
cookout.
Wanda. Was
She
that
don't have
season 2?
Melody at the birthday parties. So she gotta like tread carefully while filming is happening to not look like she wants to be besties with Melody.
But she
Was
ain't
it?
got besties, but she can support Mel and stand at least stand.
Chris, she did until she got attacked by Wanda season 2 or season 3
Yeah,
after the mommy podcast. You ain't see
What
how
happened?
Wanda confronted her? Talking about you either with the Scots
that's
or you not a
yeah.
good
I missed
friend
that.
to, huh?
I missed that.
Oh yeah. She confronted her, telling her because Kimmy and Melody was straight, right? And
Mm-hmm.
Tisha and Melody was kind of not talking.
Correct.
She confronted Kimmy and told Kimmy that Kimmy's not a good sister-in-law, Kimmy's not a good friend. Like this was high school. Like basically she had to pick Tisha or she had
Or
to pick
Melody.
Mel.
And Kimmy
Yeah.
already told you I wouldn't be your friend if you weren't family.
Okay.
Exactly. And another thing too is that when it seemed like Kimmy was, especially after Kimmy said that, well, before Kimmy even said that, when it seemed like she was more so T Melody in their mind,
Mm-hmm. It's
what they
not even
did, what
right
they did to
wrong.
her season 2 was they brought Kaiwa on and they kind of wanted Kaiwa to say that Kimmy was
A
a,
side chick.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm.
Remember Tisha did that scene with Kaiwa? They talked about how close they used to be and all of that.
Oh, I missed that. I forgot about that.
It's so much that every time the season goes off, I go back to season 1 every single time. And
That's
it's
when
like,
that's when the show was authentic.
Was honest. That's when it was
man,
honest.
that's why on G Squad panel earlier today, I said one of the most authentic scenes I have not seen in a long time was
Hmm.
at the relaunch of Madani when when Martel was about to whoop Maurice ass. No, he was about to whoop both of the Scots ass. And that was so authentic because listen, he went through Courtney and the producers had to come and hold Martel. That was one of the real scenes I've seen since the beginning of the show.
But when I saw that scene, I didn't understand why he got so mad. Like, did he get bopped in the face or something?
By
'Cause-
Maurice.
Oh,
They
he
said
did?
off it was not shown, but Maurice kind of like took a dig or swing at Martel and it was
Oh.
on. It
Because
was
I kept wondering, why did he go off like that? Like, I couldn't tell from
it's
the
not that he was
scene.
defending
Mel, it wasn't.
Mel. He
Oh.
was about to whip some tail.
Mhm.
He hands were put on him, and that's really why he went off. Because I was like, I probably missed something. I didn't go back to watch it. I
Maurice don't look
like,
like he could take a
hey, I
good damn
missed something.
slap. Hey, I, I can't stand Martel or Loafer sweaty wearing behind, but he was going about to whoop their ass.
And you know what? I think it would be hard too for them to go back to the concept of trying to rebuild North Huntsville. I think they've moved so far from that
Oh,
over the
it's
years that it would
the
look
comeback
so,
group.
not even as the comeback group, but to even come together and say, hey, there's this project that, we want to work on. It would just look so abnormal.
That's why the Scots are struggling right now.
They can't
They
do nothing without Melody.
at all.
She was the brains behind all of the operations.
Tell you. I mean, Maurice do his little construction or whatever, put it together. But when it comes to
Chris.
scope,
Really, Chris?
Chris.
I'm talking about he do something over there. But when it comes
What
to
what
scope,
does Maurice do? You mean Marcel?
Oh yeah, Marcel. Yeah, right.
He,
Marcel.
but not even him. He
He
is walking around. Marsaw does, in my opinion, and I'm just being funny, y'all. So all the people in here is gonna be like, here goes the millimeters, da 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 da. I'm just being funny, but still, I feel like Marsaw does what I could do in terms of right now. I could find an apartment complex being built somewhere. I
right.
could put on some boots, put on my put on put on my husband's what you call those reflective vests or whatever you call, put on my husband's hard hat and go walking through it and video, show you all the people working and say, here we go, y'all. We working on this
We,
complex right now. It's almost done.
we got a
And
contract with these people.
people are gonna feel like I'm really out there working on an apartment complex.
Right.
This is the cap generation. Chris,
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
do you recall when he was selling out talking about residential realty?
Uh, who he was talking to?
Marceau was talking about um preservations of
Yeah,
homes,
yeah.
or like, of course we all know
Hey, Winter
commercial
Woman
properties,
Land.
that's where the most of the money's at, right?
Yes,
But he
ma'am.
was talking so bad about residential renovations
Yeah, I
and
do remember that.
blah blah blah. But bruh, why you walking on these construction sites now talking about building homes?
Right, I do remember that.
That's because Cole Scope is tied up in all type of damn lawsuits. He
Right,
trying to rebrand himself with the Scott Construction Company,
right.
throwing stuff
Yeah,
against the wall.
and once Melody removed herself from that,
That was it.
it's been up.
That was it. She told him, remember, she told him in one scene, finish a job and then you can talk to me.
Okay,
I don't know if he's finished any job since.
Cause
listen.
yeah, that's
I
real.
Go
And
ahead, Chris.
Letitia, she jealous. She got to kind of, she feel like she jealous of Mel. Well, all she got to do is be a real friend and work with her. Mel will help her out.
Nah, that friendship done. That
Oh
bridge
no,
is
that's
burnt in the river.
yeah. I'm talking about a long time ago.
Yeah.
All Melody ever wanted to do was to help her. She was willing to pull Tisha up alongside her, but
Melody's still saying free Tisha.
she did say that. I'm
Now
sorry.
let her
Because
ass drown.
she can see it. Everybody
Nah.
can see it. The only person can't see it is T.
I can see Tisha soaring
I can
without Marsaw. I
I
really could.
agree.
I'm not pushing for her to leave her husband or
Child, she
anything
might
like
find a
that.
man that wanna hold her
But
hand though.
even if it was for him to just not block her shine so much, because I feel like he likes to be the center of attention in that relationship. He goes live more than Tisha goes live.
Oh,
But
see,
you gotta
I don't follow.
remember, Chris, and how I see it. From the beginning of the conception of the show, do y'all remember when Mel came to pick her up to take her to some sort of
You show.
gathering with women?
Yep.
Yep.
That's
And
what
what
she
Yep.
was
did
stay at home wife.
uh-huh. And what did Marceau say? We are not a power couple. We are not Martel and Mel. We agreed when you got married that you were gonna do these. She had to practically
Yeah.
beg him to
He
watch
was
his
in
kids.
tears.
Right. He showed him want to be home with them kids that day.
Mm-mm. He'd be like, F them kids. Like, what?
These are Tisha's kids.
Yeah, he said that.
He said that. He
Oh, I
actually
get
said
that.
that.
Hi, those your sperm. What the
He
heck?
didn't even know that baby was allergic to peanut butter.
That's crazy.
That stands out still in my mind because
That's how you know he does nothing with them
all I can
kids.
see is how badly that would have turned out if he even had dipped that knife in the peanut butter and then put it in the jelly and said, "Okay, I'll make you a jelly sandwich." That baby would have probably been out of here because his daddy didn't know that he
Not
was
out of
allergic
here.
to peanut. I mean, but seriously, because as some of y'all know, I teach. There
My
are
son is allergic
kids.
to peanuts.
There are kids. If they even smell it,
Hmm.
My son know
if
how to use
they
his
even
EpiPen.
smell it, you gotta go run and get that EpiPen.
Mm-hmm.
That's how serious it is. If you have it on your fingers, even if you think you washed your hands properly, if there's a little, just a little tiny bit, and you go touch that kid, they're breaking out.
Hmm.
That's how you can tell Marceau. All of a sudden now, do y'all notice? Tisha is wearing Target brand stuff to try to get a
Yeah, I see
sponsorship.
her she trying to get a little sponsor. I'm telling you, it's
Hmm.
really, it's
And
hot.
this is how you, and I'll go back to saying, these people, they need media training.
Right. They don't. I'm telling you.
Kingdom Reign Entertainment needs to invest in some media training for their cast. If you do not have a manager, if you do not have a publicist, we are going to give you links or numbers, a list of publicists we think you can work with, a list of managers we think you can work with. They probably need to go take Winter Womanland's class to know how to answer some darn interview questions or something. How
Listen,
to how to write a proposal to get a Target
how I
sponsor.
see it. How I see it. No,
I'm just saying,
no.
you can't be a celebrity out here just
They ain't got it. They
tagging,
struggling just like Ariane trying
tagging
to.
Target like I would
They
tag
ain't got it.
Target
That's
to
what
get their
it is.
attention.
They ain't got it.
They ain't got it.
They ain't got it. It's the it factor. That's where
It.
men be killing.
Thank you. It's the it factor. They ain't
She
got it.
got she got class. She know how to carry herself. She know how to dress. She know how to put it on. She know how to be a down home girl when she needs to be, and she get back to the community in real life. Don't nobody else do that.
We still don't know when they asked Tisha what happened to the damn money for the expo.
The expo.
What did
She
they do with it?
the
Wasn't were they
expo.
was the money supposed to go back in their business, or was it supposed to go towards doing
I
something
think
for
she
the
was supposed to
community?
pay speakers or something like that. But then y'all saw she got up and walk away whenever you ask her about questions about any money. She not gonna answer it. She just walks away. And like you said, these people are not trained for media. They don't have the it factor. They don't have it. Now I even gotta give Stormy credit. Stormy been out here grinding, right? When Stormy came
Yeah.
onto our screens, we were intrigued to find out who's Stormy. What's
Exactly.
her brand? She just had something about her that said, "Let me go find out a little more."
And she had that big plantation house.
Okay.
Not plantation. And the popular belief is that we out here just wanting to see Stormy fail. I always say, listen, one thing about that TikTok shop is going to tell you the numbers.
Right.
Okay? And from what the TikTok shop number says, Stormy is making bank. What she's doing with the bank that she's making
We
is a
don't know.
story, but she's making the money. And I didn't know a Stormy before she got on the show. Yeah, she was doing her thing before, but I didn't really know of her until the
I
show.
knew about her brand. I didn't know who was
Right, I
behind
knew
the brand.
Canvas Beauty, but not the
Right.
face of Canvas Beauty, right? And I don't want to see any of these women fail. I don't want to see Destiny fail. I don't want to see Tisha fail.
Why
Kimmy,
can't everybody stay in their lane, make
just
their money,
right.
but leave male name out their mouth?
Can
Just
you
stay in
imagine?
your lane.
You imagine if they all just tried to work? I mean, just had a. Cause look, you got $1 million. You got $2 million women, ladies, that's really doing it. But we
Hmm.
got so much strife amongst each other, and we're not even talking about Martell because he can't put it together himself. But if they could just, they could bring Letitia up. Kimmy can be a bit more happier. Destiny wouldn't be asking everybody
Not
for.
Kimmy be a bit more happier. Maurice is the one bringing Kimmy down.
What happened to her emotional support dog? I haven't
She
heard her
still have
talk
the
about.
dog.
She still has the dog?
She ain't
Okay.
got no good husband, so you know she still got the damn dog.
Listen, that to me,
That dog about to be
I
taken away
still
too.
like Kimmy because people out here say, oh, we don't like anybody else but Mel. I always say, I like me some season one and season two Kimmy, and I
Me
want her to
too.
get back to that.
Yeah, we
But
like Kimmy. Yeah,
I
we like.
still have a little soft spot somewhere for Kimmy.
Me too.
And it was just crazy to me that somebody with a husband is saying that she needed an emotional support animal. Like, that's a red flag.
Did you not see, ma'am, the season when she was going through cancer, she had to suffer through sex? Of course she needed
He said out
emotional
his own
support.
mouth.
It's, yeah,
Her man, her husband give her zero.
He
Zero.
said, kudos to her for turning over and pushing through it.
And then what she did when we try to defend her, come out and defend him. That's
Right.
why you got to stay out of married people, folks'
So
business.
you gotta stay out of people's business sometimes. God
Yeah, they
damn.
need that doctor back. What's that doctor name? That psychiatrist.
Dr.
Dr.
Ken.
Francis.
Oh,
I,
who was Dr. Ken? Dr. Francis.
doctor.
Dr. Ken was on Real Housewives of Atlanta, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Chris, don't be mentioning my husband now, because I'm finna get here from Trish.
But no, I'm talking about Dr. Ken. Dr. Ken was on Real Housewives of
I don't know
Atlanta.
who he is. I don't know about one
I
Ken.
don't know where I got Ken from.
What's up with them? I don't even. Every time I see the new couples and stuff, I just fast forward through them because what's going on with them? I seen her in the.
I just want that man. Trish don't want him, okay? That's all, Chris.
I feel now that Trish is here to present the storyline of being one of Martel's mistresses. At this point, that's what it is given based on her timeline. Because remember, and I didn't, somebody said something. Glamrox, are you still here?
I'm here.
Oh, because your picture left. Um,
It
somebody
switched
said,
me with Chris went up, I went down. I don't know. It's StreamYard.
okay, somebody said something in my comments. No. I was listening to Ebony the Best last night, and she was playing clips from the episode where Martel and Trisha met at Stormy's house, right? And when Trish was talking to Stormy, Martel told her, "Don't say any timelines."
He
I
did. Did you
I
do you,
need y'all to go back and watch that.
no, I did see it.
Yeah,
Martel told her the way Martel tried to play it off as if, oh, if you tell the timelines like it's gonna tell our ages, but he really meant like, nah, you gonna give out the timeline that I was cheating on my wife.
with you, and also cheating on. He was cheating on his wife, then wife, and cheating on the mistress.
Well, Ariane did say he had other women there.
Child, she just the only one that stuck around and wanted to be known. Well, it seemed like Trish, in my opinion, wants to be known too. She just got the chance to be on the show.
How she
Hmm.
on the show? Where she come from?
The gym.
I should not be laughing this damn loud. What's up
Yeah,
in the morning?
the jail.
Oh
He did.
God.
I need to
That's
go to that gym and go get my man. You hear me? She don't want that man. I'll take him.
that's where she said that they met. So,
He did. He is
Uh-uh.
big.
huh?
Mm-mm.
He is big.
That's where she said they met, child. And he wanted her to train him, and they ended up not training at the gym but at his house.
What did in 2020? What was Trish doing at Martel's house, training him at his house? And then my man had to find out about it later on,
On the
embarrassing him.
show. Jesus.
What what you and Martel did? If y'all didn't end up training, y'all were hunching. Which I did.
Remember Martell used to tell Melody you going to the gym.
Hi, Cece. Good morning to you
No,
too.
but
It's morning.
this time, Chris, Trish say she went to Martel's house to train him. Why are you going to somebody's house to train them, and you the female trainer, and you could train him at the gym, just like how you train Stormy at the gym, you
She wanted,
train Letitia at the gym. Why you went to Martell house to train them? Y'all was doing some training, all right.
yeah, she wanted a one-on-one session. Private.
That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Casino, I agree. It doesn't matter at this point if they did anything or not. But what is fishy is why Trish is on the show.
Cause
Like, is there
Stormy,
more to it than just they felt like she had a great storyline and let's throw her
didn't
in
she
the mix?
say on the Dustin interview that she was not supposed to be on the show? She
She
went
did
just
say
to
that.
film a scene. I think it was Stormy that brung her story to production and say, "Hey, I think
Me
they used
too.
to."
That's what I think too.
Yeah. So
And
at the
somebody also pointed out, Glamrox, that first she said that she was related to Nell Fletcher, and now she's saying that it's actually Chris Fletcher that's her relative.
so it's giving fake storyline.
It's
Mm.
getting something.
Anyway, she just need to lose my man. That's all.
Weren't they just in Jamaica?
Huh?
Weren't they just in Jamaica? I don't think she letting him go, girl.
I don't follow nobody on. I don't follow them on social media. She was with my man in Jamaica.
She was.
Oh hell no.
Oh my god. Oh, somebody said Ken is not attractive, Glam.
Oh
Sam-
my
Samantha
god.
Samantha Elvie said Ken is not attractive.
Oh
LOL.
Lord. It's that chocolate skin. That's what it is.
He could- I,
Oh gosh.
oh my god.
I like them black no sugar no cream.
Oh my god now.
But anyway, thank y'all for having me up here.
I'm
Now you
about
got me
to
wide awake.
right. It's
Uh-uh.
what I'm like, oh my god, it's almost 2 o'clock. Why am I up?
Mm-hmm. Hi, Chris. It was nice to meet you. Now come out the bushes a
Yes,
little more
ma'am.
often. Now,
I'm about to subscribe to y'all channel.
Yeah, and go subscribe to because so far on Glam's channel, I know there's Braylon and sometimes Chef Don Don comes through.
I going live tomorrow after the show.
No, I don't watch the show.
nah,
I watch the clips on
I don't watch the show.
social media.
I fast forward till I see Millie.
And that scene with Destiny and Sunny was super dry, so I don't think there's anything there that I'm gonna
Why
talk
the
about.
hell is? What's the point of her confronting Sonny? What?
I thought Destiny was married to LeBerry. I missed the whole Moses part. I missed all of that.
There was no whole Moses part.
There
Moses
was
was
no.
always in the background.
That's what I'm saying. I barely seen LeBerry, and then I'm
All of a sudden, here comes Moses, and we having
yeah, and
sit
then
downs and meetups and confrontations
hey, I'm thinking
over somebody we never seen before on the show.
I'm thinking about the barbecue man. Is you still in that man's house? That's what the storyline need to be.
First of all, you ain't lying, Chris, because even if y'all was separated going through a divorce and you could stay in the house to just say for a whole year per y'all prenup, why you got Moses all up in that man in that house? That house was for you and your son.
No, you know how the game is. She got a free house for a year, and she
Not a
and Mama got needs too.
not, not a free house.
Hey, I done been in that situation before.
What?
What?
Yeah, I done been over somebody's house I ain't need to be over.
Chris, now listen now.
I promise you. It is.
Listen.
I promise.
God done gave you some grace to make it out alive. Stop playing with your
Okay.
life now.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta, yeah. Y'all done been in that situation before.
Don't put yourself in that situation no more.
Yeah.
You better go to the
I,
telly.
I was younger, and I was younger.
Now you were reckless. Don't be reckless out there. This the pill popping generation. You got to be a little more careful.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, y'all have a good night.
Thank y'all for joining me on the panel. Thanks to everybody that was in the chat, making it lively. I was like so busy, like enjoying the conversation on the panel, laughing and wondering why am I up at this hour, that I know I missed a lot of the comments. But thank y'all for being in the yard. That's what I call my comment section. And until next time, y'all, walk
Good
good. It's
night.
good morning, so I can't even say good night.
Child,
But y'all know
messing around
what
with
I
you. Good morning.
mean. Wait, Glad, how do you say good morning in Creole?
Bonjour.
Oh, just bonjour?
Hmm.
Okay. Well, I
At
thought
night
it was
is
something else.
bonsoir.
What's the next part?
At night is bonsoir.
Oh, so bonsoir is good night.
Chris,
And,
I ain't hear you say repeat your lessons. I ain't hear
and,
bonjour.
and bonjour is good morning.
Where's Chris? Christopher done hung up.
He probably did. bye, bye,
Bye.
bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye.